Welcome to the Smiles Are Wild channel, brought to you by Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. My name is Amy Morgan. We will be bringing you fun and educational videos weekly to help you take better care of your child's oral health care needs at home and on the go. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see all of our new videos. And remember, it doesn't really matter how you take care of your teeth as long as you take care of them from the beginning. We are super excited to have you follow us today so that you can find out about a new business that I found out about in a mom's group on Facebook, and I was super excited about it. I messaged the owner right away. We got this taken care of pretty quickly. So we're going to be talking to the owners of Board Game Knights. I'm going to bring them on here in just a minute, but this is a board game lounge that is located in Bentonville. They started in June, and they have some really exciting programming, some really excited things that can also be fun for your whole family, your kids, and it also provides some educational content as well. So I would like to introduce Miss Catherine. Miss Catherine is one of the owners with her husband, and we have got you on here. Hi, Catherine. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Okay, so I had a chance to visit your location this morning, and we did a really brief, nice, socially distanced intro of what your location provides and all of that. And one of the most exciting things when we talked on the phone and when we talked at the location that I really enjoyed was hearing kind of about why you and your husband, Jesse, started Board Game Nights. So if you could tell us a little bit about your story, that would be awesome.
Yes, of course. So the initial idea came from our love of board games. We love to play games ourselves. We love to play games with friends. When we travel out of state to go visit family, one of the discussions we have is what games we're going to play. And we try to make sure we take games that are going to be fun and that are different. But also, we wanted to open up a space that would be great for people to come hang out and have something to do. I grew up in Springdale, and I remember when I was a teenager, I didn't really have anywhere great to hang out. I would go up to the mall and walk around in shops, or I would hang out at a coffee shop, but it was kind of boring and kind of the same thing over and over. So we wanted to have a space that kids could come and families could come and spend an afternoon or an evening and get some entertainment that's screen-free and also very affordable. So that was one of the reasons why we really wanted to open up this space, was to just provide another resource for our community.
Yeah, I think that's great. And as far as the building itself, just as a parent and as a board game lover, it was very clean. It was very nice layout. So I was super excited to see that. Again, one of the other things that we've talked about on the phone was really about the educational aspect of board games, which is why we reached out to you to want to do this video and kind of show everybody that this is available in Northwest Arkansas now, and kind of what value and educational value that could bring to a family. So if you want to talk a little bit about that and kind of about your background and why you did that.
Yes, absolutely. So my background is in education. I actually have a master's in school counseling, and I have been working with kiddos since 2010. So I really love how much you can gain from a kid and as a parent from a board game. You can get some really obvious skills like learning about math and science and history whenever you play history, math, and science-based games. But there's also so much social skills and soft skills that you can build while playing the board game. So for the littles, you can learn turn taking, you can learn color sorting, color matching. And then for older kids, you learn things like problem solving, critical thinking, all those different things. And whenever you play with other people, whenever you play with people that you aren't related to, you have to communicate with them in a different way. It's kind of like communicating with a coworker rather than communicating with a sibling or a parent.
Yes, I really, really enjoyed that. I just thought that was fascinating. I know for me personally, my family, we love to play board games. We play a lot of different kinds, but we're always playing with the same group of people. So I think just even that, some of the programs we're going to talk about here in a little bit, we'll kind of talk about how we can start to kind of intermingle with other people also while being safe. So let's talk a little bit about one of the things that I think that your location provides that people may not be thinking about is that the difference between the types of board games that you're providing. So it's not like they're going to pay this entry fee and show up and play Monopoly all day.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about the difference between American style games and Euro style games. Can you kind of address that kind of quickly and kind of let us know why this would be different than playing them at home.
Yes. So an American style game is what you think of, maybe what you had in your house growing up. So Life, Monopoly, Scrabble, those types of games. Those are mostly luck based. So you're rolling dice and kind of going with whatever you roll. And they're also very highly competitive. So like in Monopoly, one of the things that happens is somebody gets all of the money and all the property, and then everyone else is just kind of hanging out. And also it lasts forever. You never know when you're going to be done. We specialize in a type of game called Euro style games. And those are more strategic. They have a time limit, so they have what's called an in-game trigger. Something will happen that makes the game end. Usually they last between 30 minutes and 60 minutes, and it just depends on which game you play, how long it's going to take. And they're also not as competitive. We have a whole shelf full of cooperative games. So you're actually working with your the other players at your table to kind of beat the game itself rather than being in direct competition, which is really great for kids because sometimes the competition can make things not fun.
Yes, and again, I even as a board game, like I like to call myself a board game fanatic, I still was kind of amazed at that difference and hadn't really thought about that. So now let's talk a little bit about the programs you offer. So let's just start with, I want to bring my family out on a night. Kind of let's talk about that, and then we'll lead into the one that we're really wanting to highlight here in a little bit.
Sure. So 7 days a week, whenever we are open for walk-in play. That means you walk in, you pay a cover charge of $7 for anybody over the age of 7, and then you have access to our entire library. When you come in with your family, we will ask you what your favorite board game is, maybe what your interests are. We'll walk you over to the library and help you pick out a game, and then we'll walk with you to your table and teach you how to play the game. We try to teach it as quickly as possible so you can get playing and you're not stuck listening to instructions for 20 minutes, but while also giving you a good rundown of how to play so that when we leave, you know what to do. But we also come back and check on you to make sure that you're working. So walk-in play for anybody over the age of 7 is $7. You can stay and play as long as you want. You can leave and go get food and bring it back and come back to play more. We also have D&D campaigns running. So if you're an adult and you wanted to play D&D but you've never had a group to play, you can sign up for one of our D&D campaigns that are in the evenings. We have a kids D&D group, and that is great for kids who like storytelling and who like creative thinking and creative problem solving, and that's on Saturday mornings. And then we have after school clubs, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute. And then soon we're going to be starting at a preschool time. So we're going to come in, have preschoolers come in, and we can pick games from our shelf that's specifically for preschool age.
All right. Yeah, that's a lot. And I'm still like just amazed at all the programs that can come out of this. Now, I said at the beginning of this that I found you through a Facebook post in a mom's group where you were highlighting an after school program. So can you let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about what aspects that covers and also the cost.
Yes, so the after school club is $77 a month. You come in once a week for your time slot. We have time slots Monday through Thursday, and we have an early session, which is like 3:30 to 4:45, and then an evening session, 5 to 6:15. Your tuition covers one slot a month or one slot a week every week for the month, but if you miss your slot, you can make it up anytime. During that session, the players will be playing with other people in their group. We are limiting the group to 9 kids to make sure that we're being safe, and we can adequately limit the amount of people that you're coming into contact with. And the games will be based on the age and the experience of player. So like a 5-year-old will get paired up with another 6-year-old, and they might be playing a game that takes 15 to 20 minutes, whatever they can go on with, and then they'll get to play a new game.
All right, that sounds awesome. I know a lot of people are really excited about that. And has that already started?
Starts this week. So,
okay.
But enrollment is rolling, so they can enroll at any time.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, so we've covered a lot. One of the things we also want to make sure we're highlighting is that we are giving away 3 play passes. That's going to be on our Facebook page as you share and let other people know about this content. We'll be giving those away, and we'll have a little bit of more instruction on how to get entered for that. But if you can tell us a little bit about how a play pass would work.
Sure. So a play pass is like an entry fee. It covers your cover charge. It has 5 spots on it, and you can use it for any number of people or any one individual. So if you come in with your family of 4 and you use your play pass, it would use 4 of your spots. Or you could be as an individual, you could come in 5 times.
Yep, that's perfect. All right. And we have 3 of those to give away, and we will be posting how to enter for that as soon as possible. One of the ways is to share this video. So if you're watching us right now and you want to go ahead and share this to your feed on Facebook, you can absolutely do that. And that will definitely be an entry for that. We also have some fun content that we've pre-recorded that has 2 or 3 games that we're going to highlight kind of what they offer there by age. So if you'll check those out, just keep following us here on Facebook. You can also find us on Instagram, and we'll be sharing all of that content, which I'm sure you will as well. So that leads me into, why don't you let us know where they can find you on social media?
Absolutely. So we are on Facebook. You can search for us, Board Game Nights, and then we are also on Instagram. Our handle is Anointed Meeple, and those are our two most popular social media forms.
All right, awesome. And I know y'all had some really good content on there that talked about your programs. It had photos of the location and stuff like that. So you should really check that out. The Instagram had a lot of stuff on there about what kind of games you have and that kind of thing. So I really enjoyed looking at that as well. Again, I just want to thank you, Catherine, and your husband, Jesse, for coming on, for talking to me this morning, and for coming on to our video today and kind of giving us an insight of what's available now in Northwest Arkansas. We think this is a really cool concept that can be used as family time, as well as tying in some education. Again, the location was super clean. They are requiring masks at this time. So if you know any of those questions, I'm sure they'll be happy to answer you. They do message very quickly on Facebook Messenger. I don't want to tie you into that too much, but you were very fast responsive. So if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to them via Messenger, and they'll be happy to answer those for you. Again, thank you for coming on, and we will talk to you later. Those of you that are still watching, you can find us always here on Facebook and on Instagram by searching Smiles Are Wild. You can also find us again on YouTube by searching Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. This video will be available on our YouTube channel later this week. If you want to share it with your friends, you can do that from there. And as always, we want to remind you that it doesn't really matter how you take care of your teeth as long as you take care of them from the beginning. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and go visit us on smilesarewild.com.